to Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we are doing a Wip Chat. If you don't know what a Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a Wip Chat is that you can do your own projects and listen along to me ramble about whatever is about my day. So let's get started, shall we? So hopefully you guys are doing okay today. It is a wonderful Sunday morning. I had to wait till like all the fog had lifted and it stopped being so gloomy to get enough light to start doing this. So it's a little bit later than what I normally want to do, but yeah, hopefully there's enough good light in here. I had to turn on my light pad a little bit more in this room. But I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing perfectly fine. I'm like crossing my fingers I don't get sick again, because one of my kids got sick over the weekend and I'm like, no, you keep that over there. I love you, but stay over there. No, I took care of them and I cuddled with them, so it's probably going to happen any moment. I want to just come down with something and just be all miserable again. I'm hoping that it would be quick. I mean, it was quick for them. They lasted like maybe 12 hours of being sick, so it's just like, you know, but you know how it is. I have a weaker immune system, so it might not be, but I hope I didn't catch it. It doesn't seem to it passed around to the rest of the family, so we'll see. So I actually have been kind of slow on this. This past week, I would say I was busy. I was busy but not busy, I guess would be the thing. I spent more time hanging out with the kids and doing this than compared to diamond painting in general. Plus, I was doing a lot of catch up on sleep that I haven't been able to sleep well, and it's just been, I've been kind of miserable. So every time I had a chance to take a quick nap, I did. But yeah, it's been one of those kind of weeks. But I was able to do a lot in the last on yesterday. I gotten one side over here, and then this morning I finished this side. So I feel like hopefully I might have a bit more free time. I think I have a little bit of free time. I want to try and get this video edited today, so that way I have it ready to go for tomorrow, but we shall see. I want to at least get a good bit of this done today. Let me pull up my notes so that way I know what I'm going to be talking about. But I guess I'll talk about the wild stuff for people who aren't interested. Get it out of the way. Excuse me, my goodness. One of the things is, no, it's not. It's not that sickness that my daughter had. My husband and I spent a good portion of the weekend dusting the entire house, and there's still dust settling everywhere, and it's been driving me crazy in my sinuses. So it's just like I'm constantly like trying to get rid of all this dust that's in the house. So yes, wow stuff. For people who don't want to listen, it's going to be very short and sweet. It was our last week rating until the new expansions come up. Basically, we're not going to rate anymore until like pre-patch expansion. So once the new expansion comes out, maybe like within the last few weeks or the month, we'll start back up again to get into practice. I'm kind of glad that we're done. Sad in a little way, but I'm glad for the most part. But we were able to finish it all in one night, and then we took a break for the rest of the night. My Mythic Plus group and I went doing Mythics on Thursday. We're planning on doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. Excuse me. We're planning on doing Tuesdays and Thursdays again, since there's no rating, which is awesome. But Thursday we actually did pretty well. Let's see. For people who do care, we were able to complete 4 dungeons on the allotted time. They were plus 20s. They were like, I think it was like a couple of 20s and a 21, and we timed all of those 4 on time. We didn't make a mistake. Well, we made some mistakes, but we were able to get through it. I was like, that was pretty awesome. We haven't been able to do that in a long time. So we're going to keep on trying. Next week is going to be a fun week. I don't remember all the affixes for the dungeons, but we'll see what next week's going to happen. If we'll do 4 dungeons or if we'll do more or what. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. So we're back to that again. I'm kind of going pet collecting and mount collecting again. So I've been diamond painting less in a way because of that. And then also I'm spending some time with my husband playing Final Fantasy as well. So a lot of this is eaten up into my diamond painting time, which is okay. Plus, I'm preparing myself to start cross stitching again. So that's a lot of stuff that's taken away on this, but it's fine. I really was planning on diamond painting early in the mornings, but like I said, I've been lacking in the sleep department, and so I had to catch up on sleep. So whenever we dropped the kids off, I would just go right back to sleep. So yeah, that's my wild stuff, my gaming stuff. For the most part, I think unless I had something written further down. But let's see. I don't really remember what happened on Wednesday. I don't have anything written down. I don't think anything of importance actually happened. I hate to say that. I don't really think. There's a couple days where it's just like things kind of blend in together. I think I did some diamond painting at least for that day, but yeah, I think that was actually the day I slept in for a long time, and then I did a quick, either it was that day or the next day I did an unboxing, and I was really excited about that one. I don't know if I'm going to work on her yet. So if you guys didn't see, I did an unboxing on the Crimson Oracle, and I'm debating if I should work on her. I don't feel like she's very Drills and Chills and Festival of Witches kind of canvas. I mean, like, you can kind of argue because of magic, but I don't know if she would count for it. But I also have other canvases I want to work for these events and stuff like that, so that might be, I don't know. I've been kind of debating about that. So also, before I really talk into more about my what's been going on, I noticed a thing where I was let's see. I was on Facebook, right? Yeah, I was on Facebook, and you know how they have ads and stuff like that before I would actually see a couple of the diamond painting stuff. So this is by Warmtail, right? And then, you know, same thing with the Crimson Oracles by Warmtail. Well, I saw her, I saw it on Oralo, saying coming soon, and it was the samurai one, and then I guess it was the paladin looking one, and I'm like, OMG. Because I already was wanting to get that from Craftably, but now I have a thought. If it is actually going to Oralo, what if I'm able to, and you know, depending on, you know, pricing and, you know, budgets and stuff like that, if my budget allows it and they're both available, what if I get both canvases at the same time and then try and do a comparison kind of thing? Because I would actually be kind of curious, because I really like both companies. Well, I have 3 main companies because, you know, I like them a lot, and I'm really I'll get into this, but I really want to see a comparison kind of thing, and it's would be kind of cool. But I don't know, that would be a lot of work too at the same time. But I kind of like the idea of it, especially because with Craftably, I know Orlo does do some they do ABs, but I remember them being stingy. They started being, you know, they started to doing a lot more ABs, but I remember them being really stingy with it before. But with Craftably, there's what was this? This has 3, 4, 5 ABs, and then 3 rhinestones on top of that, or crystals. So it would be kind of cool to see like, would the Craftly one be more sparkly, and is it worth it to be sparkly compared to like an Oraloa one might be less sparkly but more colors. I mean, like, I like the size differences, like what would that be, all that kind of stuff. So it's like I kind of want to see if that is the case, if they're actually getting some of those canvases, because I'm kind of interested in that, but I don't know if anyone else would really be into it as I would be. But yeah. Anyway, speaking about Craftably, so this is the first time I'm working on a Craftably canvas. I did buy 2 others, like summertime-ish, but I never worked on it. So this is my first time working on one, and I'm really enjoying the drills a lot. I'm surprised about how much I am enjoying this. I want to order more, but I have like, you guys know, I have like a very particular kind of style I go for. I don't like they have a couple of stuff, but I'm not like really into always Jasmine Beckett Griffith's artwork. There's like a couple of pieces I like, but I'm not like a huge fan of a lot of her stuff. So it's just like, okay, do I really like this enough to buy it? That kind of thing. Speaking of, I have one more like pre-order unboxing. I don't know whenever I get to that one, but it's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith one. Speaking of, but yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what else I would order there. There's a couple other artists that I like, but I'm not like, oh yes, I want this one. There's like one I think is called like a furry familiar, because witches and cats, that's my jam. And then there's a couple of others. I don't like the Sheena Pike work unless it's dragons. They have like a couple of Sheena Pike stuff, and I'm just like, no, I'm not into those kind of portraits. I really like the dragons from her. So it's just, I don't know. I'm just like, I gotta look around and see what else is available. But I do like a lot of the Warm Tales artwork there, and I really hope that they keep her on. I really, really want to keep seeing more artwork from her, because that would be kind of cool. I kind of looked her up, and she has a lot of cool, or I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, they have a lot of really cool stuff. But yeah. So I don't even know what happened on Wednesday. I really don't. My mind's drawing a huge blank. I just know that this has been not a stressful week, but just like a frustrating week. There we go. It's been a frustrating week. And today was frustrating as well with our youngest. Where did I put the... Goodness, where did I put it? Of course I would misplace it right before we start diamond painting. There we go. So I know that people are starting to talk about using the back of the tweezers to open their list of words, but I've always used this little tool. This comes with my sewing machine. It's so I can open it up. It's really like a little tool to open it up around the needle area, and so I can clean up and stuff like that. I prefer to use this to open this tool. It's easier for me. So I need to have that around at all times. But yeah, it's been kind of frustrating, and today was frustrating too with our youngest. So I've been telling you guys, I've been waking up early, especially with how school's been handling things as of late. They've asked everyone to drop their kids early in the mornings, because it takes so long to drop your kids off at school now. They have so many car riders now, and I know people would be like, well, why don't you put them on a bus? Well, they also have a lot of bus riders too. It's not just car riders. And I refuse to, since they used to be bus riders. My oldest, she got bullied relentlessly. And then once the twins became bus riders, they started, being nasty to them too. Nothing was being done about it. I was tired of my kids coming home in tears every day because of it. I'm just like, no, we're just... and it was just luck, because my husband at that point was able to work from home when before, you know, I had no choice but, you know, pick them up from the bus. We used to have them on the bus. I used to have Nicole on the bus in the morning and in the afternoon, but what happened then, I was the only parent in the morning, and the bus stop was like basically in front of a person's house at the time. I think they changed it now, thank goodness. But it used to be in front of a person's house, and there would be a bunch of kids just destroying property, messing around with things, and they had no qualms about treating my kid like crap in front of me, and I'm like constantly getting onto them, and they're like rolling their eyes, and I'm just like, where are everyone's parents? Why am I the only one here? You know, so at that point, I was telling my husband I didn't want to be responsible for these kids because I felt like since I'm the only parent, like if they destroy property, I'm going to be the one that people will point their finger at because I was there, so I should have been able to do something, you know? And I told my husband, I don't want to be part of that kind of stuff. I'm not. No, I'm only watching my kid. I control my kid, you know? So he's like, okay, I'll just drop her off in the mornings, and that's what happened. So because we were able to do that, but I still had to go and pick her up at the same place every afternoon. So yeah, it's just like we're slowly able to have her become a car rider instead of a bus rider. And even though it's a pain in the butt sometimes, I'm grateful for it. She seems so much happier now the last few years compared to the very beginning. Whenever she has to go to school and back, she loves school. She just hated having to be trapped with a bunch of kids who wanted to be completely cruel to her. But anyway, I've rambled. I went on a tangent. So yes, one of the frustrating things nowadays, now that we're car riders, and I'm kind of grateful we're car riders, even though we have to wake up early again, because way back in the day, I had to wake up at 5:30. I want to say it was like 5:30 to, 5:15 to get Nicole ready for school, because we would have to leave the door by 6:30 to get, usually we would leave 6:20 to 6:30 to go and get her picked up by the bus stop. Nowadays, we used to wake up at 6 o'clock, but now we have to get up early because, you know, we got to be at the school at 7 o'clock sharp, or else they're going to be late. And plus, my oldest, she wants to do a newscast kind of thing that's at the school, so she has to be there. She's auditioning, so we have to be there at 7, and no matter what now. But our youngest, she drags her butt on everything. So I have the alarm set to 5:45-ish, and I get everyone ready. I go to each person's room. I wake them up, you know, say good morning, time to wake up, you know, that kind of stuff. And then, you know, basically get the same grumbles from them. And it's like, yeah, go ahead, let's get ready. And Jaina loves to drag her butt all the time on things. Like, we've gotten to the point where, like, okay, everyone has their clothes picked out for the day. So that way it shouldn't take 20 plus minutes to go pick out an outfit. You already have your outfit picked out. And then it's just, no, she spends her time daydreaming. She spends her time staring out into space. And we're like constantly like, hey, come on, we got to get going. And today wasn't so bad. My husband made Pop-Tarts to try and get the kids to eat fast today, because she doesn't only take forever to get dressed. So, like, yeah, I'm usually got everyone out of bed by 5:52. Everyone's finally out of bed. Everyone's out of their beds. I don't even require them to make their beds on school days. That's usually like after school, and then like weekends, make your bed. Because that's how tight of a schedule we're on at this point. So it's just like, so 5:52, everyone's out. All right. The first one usually downstairs is Michael, because he just literally flings his clothes off, put them back on, and bam, we're done. Nicole, a little bit slower than what she used to be, but she's still pretty quick. She drags her butt to the bathroom, and then usually does her business, and then she goes and shuffles all the way back outside, and then usually that wakes her up enough, and she's outside downstairs. Michael would be downstairs by, I want to say, 5:54 to 5:56, and then Nicole's usually downstairs by 6 o'clock. That which is great. I want everyone downstairs by 6 o'clock. Jana, we're constantly like, Jana, you okay? Yeah, just blah, blah, blah. Always some weird excuse. Today especially, I'm like, we're calling her down. We know she picked out her outfit yesterday. We're calling her. We're like, are you okay? Because we're like assuming she went to the bathroom, and she did not come downstairs until 6:20. And you want to know what she was doing? She was just trying to find a necklace. I'm like, no, we can't spend 30 minutes getting dressed and then having not enough time to eat dinner or breakfast. I always mix up dinner, breakfast, lunch all the time. Do you guys do? But yeah, that was just, oh my goodness, that was just so frustrating. We got on to her today. We're like, look, I know it looks like we're chewing you out constantly, but we've been telling you every single day, all the time, please just stop and just get ready quickly. If you want to wear a bracelet or a necklace or something fancy for the next day, they have it already picked out. We expect you downstairs at 6 o'clock every day. And she's just kind of, okay, like that. Or like, okay, hopefully this talk got through to her. It didn't. She didn't take too long to eat lunch. Let's see. She didn't take too long to eat breakfast. She usually eats slow on everything. But I give her a pass on some of it, but like for breakfast in the mornings, no, we gotta go. But yeah, I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna brush your hair. Because Michael at that time was brushing his teeth. I'm like, I'm going to brush your hair. And I'm like, and then once he's done, you can go in and brush your teeth. Because, we went to the dentist and we have a system set up. I'll talk all about that because that's a doozy. But, yeah, I was like telling her as I'm brushing her hair, I'm like, I really would like it if you, would, just be a little bit quicker in the mornings, because you keep saying that you want me to do special hairstyles and cute hairstyles, and all I've been able to do is just a French braid or a ponytail or her hair down, because her doing this eats up so much time in, doing hair. And she's just like, I'm sorry, I'll try better. I'm like, okay, that's great. And I was like, all right, sounds like Michael's done. Go brush your teeth. And I thought that was the end of it. I thought she was brushing her teeth. And I'm like just getting things cleaned up on the dining room table because they made a big mess. And that's my coffee maker. They made a huge mess, like with Pop-Tart crumbs that are everywhere. Excuse me. A few minutes later, not a few minutes later, it was like probably like 10 minutes. I thought she was done. I thought she was, got shoes on and we were ready to go. My husband comes downstairs. She's just starting to brush her teeth. What was she doing for 10 minutes? According to my oldest, she was just staring at the mirror. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We had this whole talk. And she decides, yeah, I'm going to just let it go out the ear and just go stare at a mirror. I'm like, oh boy. So my husband said that there now has to be, we've talked till we've blue in the face. There's going to have to be consequences to her actions. So we're talking about what we want to do, because we're not going to be spanking her over this or anything like that, but stuff is probably going to be taken away from her. Either switch time, so she doesn't get to play Minecraft anymore, or like certain things that she wants to do will probably be like, no, you're not going to have this kind of treat because you're not doing this, you'll instead eat this kind of thing, you know. So we're discussing on what we want to do, and I'm going to take a sip of coffee really quickly. But yeah, it was just I'm just beyond frustrated. Let me see if this, okay, yeah, that's the same shade. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't mistakenly pull the wrong thing out. I realized I missed a couple of that color on the previous one. But yeah, I was just like, that's what I mean. Like, things are kind of frustrating, especially if I'm waking up so early. I would hope that the kids are, you know, ready to go. And no. But yeah, that's just usually how our week mornings are going, our school mornings. And it can be sometimes it wasn't so bad today, but man, one day last week it was a screaming meltdown to the point like she shut down. I was just like, I was frustrated. I was done with the day because it was just like, come on, what are you doing? You know, like that. It's like, we gotta go. You can't be dragging your feet, you know, like that. And it's just like, we were all, everyone in the household was just like, we're done with each other. It was, you know, it's one of those kind of days. But, maybe that was why I don't remember Wednesday. Maybe I was just that tired on Wednesday. I don't know. But anyway, I may not remember Wednesday, but I remember Thursday afternoon. Big time. And not in a good way. So I'm gonna calm down because it still gets me so mad about this. And yeah, I'm sorry. I guess it's a rant day. I really don't want you guys to think I rant all the time, but man, you'll understand why this fires me up so bad. Okay, let me choose my color and then I'll start talking about the crazy people. Let's see, what color? Let's go with this one. This one has a lot more shades of blue. So Thursday we had to take the kids to see the dentist. Luckily we had it scheduled for right after school. Oh, by the way, one of the things also with school, the school has asked us to now go really late to go pick up the kids because of how bad traffic is now with that. So my husband and I now we wait like 10 minutes until after school's out to go pick them up. But Thursday, I'm like, no, we gotta go pick up the kids, you know, as soon as we can so we can go and get them to the dentist. We gotta get there. I'm like panicked. I'm always very anxious about, you know, making sure that we are on time for stuff. And I'm like very much, let's make sure like we're even 15 minutes early. My husband's like just basically right on time, and that drives me like so, it's like so anxiety inducing, like where we're like just a few minutes before our appointment, and I'm just like, I would like to be there 10-15 minutes before. Anyway, we picked them up. Everything's fine. Everything's fine at that point. I'm, you know, chatting to the kids. Nicole's handing me a new phone number to put onto her phone, her watch phone. She's basically made a friend. She wants to add this person to it. I'm like, okay, I'll do that as soon as I can. I'm getting onto the kids because one of the things is, and I'm glad I was looking in the mirror at this point because of what happened literally 30 seconds later. Because like one of the things that go, hey kids, how was your day at school? Don't forget to buckle up. That's what I always say. Don't forget to buckle up, you know. And then when Nicole gets into the car, usually it's the twins first. Then we drive a little bit further, a little bit more forward to the next entrance. And then Nicole gets in and then I'm like, hey, how's your day? Don't forget to buckle up. And then, you know, because the kids always have to talk over each other. They always have to, like, you know, they're like what they have for today is the most important thing in the world compared to anyone else. What they have to say, and they have to say what they need to say right at this moment, and you know, they forget everything else in the world. So we they start chit chatting, and I look up in the mirror, and I'm like, Michael, why aren't you wearing your seatbelt? And he goes, oh, I forgot. I'm like, I literally say, don't forget to buckle up. Don't forget to buckle. You know, like that kind of thing. And we're almost near the light to turn to how we normally go home. So we're about to turn left. And he buckles up. I'm like, okay, great. We're good. Okay. And we have the light. Okay, now you may think this thing, you know, it's going to happen right at the light. No. So, I don't know how to the best way to explain this, but we go where the traffic lights are. It's all in downtown. So, and there's like parking there. It's not parallel parking, but you pull in, and it's the worst parking still, in my opinion. Like with everything, and then you have to back out into the street and then pull out. So everything's fine at the light, okay? So we make our left turn. We're in the left lane, right? Because you know when you turn, you stay in that lane, right? So someone on the other pulls out from the right lane, like, so they pull out their parking spot and they're in the right lane, and they already see the person like that went in front of us. They zoom past that person. I don't know what this person was thinking, but they pull out, and we're like this. We're going like this. They come out like this, and then we're like this way together, like kind of this. And then all of a sudden they decide we're going to go right into the left-hand lane right after they pull out. And like my husband blew the horn for a good solid 5-6 seconds, and they had no response. They were inches from hitting us, and finally they stop enough, and like my husband's like going as far left as he could, but you know, we have the median, we're boxed in, we have a person in front of us, we have a person behind us, you know, because everyone's leaving school, you know, and excuse me, and this person, no reaction at all. Didn't even, you know, I'm just like, what the heck? Because they're about to slam into my car side door, and I'm just like, you know, it took a while for me to calm down after that. I'm so grateful that they finally went, oh yeah, I should stop. But it made my blood boil about how idiotic that they were with everything. I was just, and the kids, luckily, they were so oblivious to the whole thing. They're like, what? I'm like, okay, at least they don't know that we were almost in a car accident. But oh my goodness. But then my husband was all like kind of snappish, and he goes, well, that's why you gotta you gotta pay attention to the road and stuff, because we were talking about like, I want to get my driver's license and stuff like that. I'm like, I know, why are you at me? I'm not the one that did that, because I'm just like I'm crying. I'm like trying to, calm myself down from what happened. Like, why are you at me? I'm not the one that did that. If you're going to be mad at the person that tried to ram their car into us. It's just like, what the heck? It's like, I understand, but I have never done anything like that. Holy cow. So I'm just like sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I should just put Nicole's friend's new number in, and we'll calm down. And then we were fine the rest of the way to the dentist. But oh my god, my heart hurt so bad. My chest was hurting. I was just like, I was just so like just freaked out the rest of the way. And when we got there, my husband's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, I thought, nope, I'm not okay. So we finally get to the dentist, and we didn't even wait that long to be honest. It was really quick, and of course I forgot. It's kind of hard to see all these when it's a lot of blues. And we really didn't wait that long, but they didn't do any x-rays on the twins. They did for Nicole. And Nicole actually had let's see. She she was like telling the person who was doing her x-rays, like she lost, you know, 2 teeth within a week, and then as they're taking her x-rays, apparently she has another wiggly tooth. Who would have thunk? Sorry, I had to take another sip of coffee. But yeah, she has another wiggly tooth. They showed on the x-ray that that one, there's one tooth like literally pushing down, so they're like, oh, this should be out within the next week or so. I'm like, great, another tooth going. Oh, great. so we had the kids all set up in their own rooms, had to play Ring Around the Rosie and stuff like that to make sure everything was fine, because it was like, had to ask my husband if we wanted to do this fluoride treatment, because we got to pay out of pocket, since our dental insurance only allows 1 free treatment a year. So my husband's like, yeah, let's get that done. So I let's see, I'm trying to think. So I spent most of my time with Jana, and then, you know, kind of flip-flopping to make sure that Nicole was okay, talking to them about my concerns and everything. All of them are good, no cavities, but Michael and Jana need to do a better job brushing and flossing their teeth, and hence why I have them separated now, because they are little chatterboxes in the morning, and at night when they want to brush their teeth, they just rather talk to each other, or they'll walk out the bathroom with a floss pick in their mouth. I'm like, you're supposed to be looking in the mirror when you're flossing your teeth so you can make sure you got all those little bits. Why are you out here? But yeah, it's just like, so we're gonna have to make sure that those two are brushing their teeth better, because they had a bit of plaque buildup. We were talking about my concerns with Michael, because I was just like, Michael's, you know, hasn't really lost any teeth except his 2 bottom teeth. I'm like, I figured that he's just a little bit later on stuff, and that once it, you know, once he hits a certain point, they're all going to just fall out. And the dentist kind of just confirmed what I said. He goes, yeah, basically his 6-year-old teeth are actually his 8-year-old teeth. He's just a late bloomer. If they still don't come out by next year, we'll talk about it. So we're basically, you know, he's good for now. Nicole, she has a bit of overcrowding on her teeth. He doesn't really want to do anything until her last 5. She has 5 left, is what I was told. Baby teeth left. He doesn't think she needs any work. He wants to see, once the baby teeth are all gone, like how much overcrowding there is, if she does need work, or if it's basically, you know, everything sorts itself out. So she's a still wait and see option. Now Jana, why is Jana my problem child at times? No, that's not true. Michael was my problem child when he was really young with all of his medical stuff, and then Nicole had her own issues. It's basically Jana's turn. But goodness, why does she have to be so expensive? So one of the things is all of her her permanent molars are in the back. So we have to schedule an appointment, and we did, to put a sealant in, and we also did the whole nitrous gas that we're going to pay for as well, so that way it's not so problematic for her. So she's going to get that fixed, so that way it just protects her from cavities and stuff like that. And then I was like mentioning about how I noticed that a couple of her teeth were like in a, you know, like her front teeth were a little bit different and stuff like that, and I was worried about overcrowding. Like there was like not enough space in her mouth, and he started looking at her mouth and said, actually, she's completely different. It just looks different. And he goes, you know how you have an overbite, underbite? He started asking me, like, has she ever sucked her thumb? I'll see if I can cut that cough out. That was a little too loud. He's like, have she ever sucked her thumb or spent too much time on the pacifier? And they were on the pacifier when they were really young, but they stopped that real quick, like within the first few months. And I mentioned that, I'm like, and Jana never really sucked her thumb. And so he goes, okay, so what this is, it's congenital then. And he started showing me her mouth. Basically, she has something called an open bite, so her teeth don't want to go straight down. They just want to go wherever they want. They just, whee! I'm like, oh, fun. So one of our options is wait a year. See, like, he basically wants her to lose the, I don't know, the incisors, her 4 incisor teeth. I'm sorry. And then see if, it continues to do this, but she may need to have braces, within the next year or so. And I'm like, okay, great. Poor kid. So she's more of like, definitely need braces. It's not a wait and see. I am so sorry. My goodness. It's not like a wait and see with hers. It's just more like, we'll see how bad it is, and most likely she will need braces. Instead of like where with Nicole, it's she may not. But if Jana's like, it's more likely. There's a small chance she may not, but it's more likely she may. So I'm like, okay, all right, let's get the stress back up. Like once it's already settled down, let's start stressing out again. I kid. I'm grateful that it's not like anything like cavities or anything like that. So, making sure that they're on top of their teeth, because I was not, I didn't have a good dental care when I was a kid. So, I didn't have really much luck with dentists and stuff like that. So, I want to make sure that they get, the best care that they can. But yeah, so that was my exciting Thursday. Stress-inducing Thursday, maybe. And then, of course, later on that day, like I told you, we did Mythics. Goodness gracious, I am so sorry. So, let's see. Friday, I didn't get to sleep in at all. Friday wasn't, let's go to Walmart, because we got to get a couple of things. I promised the kids, last weekend, the weekend before, I mean, when Nicole had a sleepover with her friend, when her friend was over here, they did so much stuff. I forgot to tell you guys, by the way. I should tell you guys this before I go into anything else. One of the things is I promised a glow-in-the-dark party for the twins, because we were supposed to have a glow-in-the-dark party, but our glow sticks that we had, completely duds. They were old. So I said I would get them new ones. But also during the sleepover, my oldest and her friend cooked. They baked. I forgot to let you guys know about that one. And I don't know why I forgot, because it was just so exhausting afterwards. My oldest did some bake. They chose like Nutella cupcakes and everything, and they left me a huge mess, but they did a really good job, but they left me a huge mess to clean up. And I was just like, really, guys? Because there was just like stuff everywhere. Goodness. But yeah, it was just like, they forgot, maybe I did tell you guys. Well, if I didn't, you get to hear it again. So, one of the things they forgot to do, was when they did the frosting, they didn't get the confectioner sugar that we had. They grabbed regular sugar, and then, I got blamed for it by my oldest. She's like, basically, it's my fault for not reminding her. I'm like, no, you gotta follow directions. That's your fault. Plus, the way they were rattling things, they were like, do this and this, and then this, and I'm like, okay, so I do the last bit, They're like, well, that's step 4. We're on step 2. I'm like, you didn't read step 2. Right? But yeah, they left a huge mess. But at least they didn't do the whole licking their hands and sticking their fingers everywhere like they used to. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of water and see if that will help. It's still really dusty in here, guys. And I'll tell you why it's so gosh darn dusty. But I gotta get to here. Like, we've been having so much trouble with a lot of stuff around here. Like I said, things keep breaking, and I'm tired of it. But yeah, we went to Walmart because one of the things I was like, I'm going to get glow sticks, right? We immediately went to Walmart. We dropped the kids off. And not only did we get glow sticks, we got a couple of decorations. Not a lot. I wanted to get this spider. I saw this spider, this light up spider. And my husband's like, no. I'm like, but it's only $54. I want it. And I just, I really wanted that spider. But I understood. But I was like, dang it, I really want that spider. So I found it online. I found the same spider online, and it's bookmarked. So in case we ever can get it, I'm like, I gotcha. I got it right here. We'll just buy it right then. He shook his head at me. I'm like, what? I love Halloween. Let's see. Also, while we were there, got a bunch of nail stuff as well. Found some, found like nail wraps. I never had nail wraps before, and then press-on nails. I just went, sure, let's try a couple of this stuff on. That way I don't have to, do too much work painting my nails for once. Let's see. What else did I get over there? I know we had to do some actual grocery shopping, and at that point, excuse me, I was exhausted. I didn't sleep well that night, especially, because I kept thinking about that whole car stuff, being almost hit. So I was just like, I didn't sleep very well that night. So at that point, I think I literally had 3 hours of sleep, when I woke up that morning. So I had a little bit of energy, and then right afterwards, I was just like, I'm done. I'm so exhausted. And then I fell asleep when we got home. And I slept for a while. I know I slept for a long while. Let me get some more water because I still have that tickle in my throat. But yeah, it was just like, after that, I slept until it was time to pick the kids up. So why I didn't really do a lot of diamond painting was, I slept too long. I did get a lot of cleaning in, though, that day as well, but, that was afterwards. But Friday was kind of an emotional day for my husband and I, because we decided it was time to talk to Nicole about Santa and everything. My husband decided to make a day out of it. So what happened was, after, I woke up, we went to pick up the kids. When Nicole came home, she wanted to talk to her brand new friend that, she gave me her phone number to put in yesterday. That day, the day before. And she made sure that was the correct phone number, because at the time we thought it was the wrong one, because when she called and asked for the person, someone's like, you have the wrong number. And it was just like, well, okay. That's not good. And I deleted it. Apparently, it was the right number, and it was her aunt that answered it and didn't trust my daughter. Thought she was some weirdo. I'm like, okay. So I instructed my daughter this time around, when she called her friend, that that you say that you are, you tell them your name, and that and that you're her classmate, and that you were just wondering if you could talk to her, instead of just asking if so and so is there. I still gotta teach her phone etiquette, guys. She's just I don't know. So she spent over an hour. Excuse me. She spent over an hour talking to this girl. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then she hung up the phone, came downstairs, and then the friend called her back. So she went right back upstairs and talked again. And then, her other friend called. And she talked to her friend. Her battery was so drained at that point. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is teenage life. This is it. I see what the future is going to be, and it's scary. Sorry. Anyway, hubby took her out later on that day. I had pizza with the twins. We watched TV. They had their glow party. And I made sure that my husband decided that he was going to talk to her before they ate dinner, just in case she got, really upset and she wasn't into it, because he didn't want her to eat something, then got her that upset, and then, she gets sick, that kind of thing. And she surprisingly, she took it really well. She had no clue like we thought. We thought she had some sort of inkling. Nothing. And she was just like, okay, all right, cool, whatever. I'm like, and my husband's like, she's good. And then they went to go pick up sushi. They went to eat sushi and they devoured it. So she's my little sushi shark now. My husband took a picture of, excuse me, he took a picture of 3 rolls that they split between the between the 2 of them. And, first picture, she's all like, and then, like really excitement face. And then the next picture he took, was literally 20 minutes later. The plates were gone. They were completely emptied out. I'm like, good Lord, you guys cleaned that up. Where's my sushi? I can't have a lot of sushi anymore because my weird fish allergy now that I developed after having kids. Yeah, I can't have eel and eel sauce, which of course is my favorite stuff on a roll, and I'm like, I just want it. But I really don't want to have I don't want to have hives breaking out, and I don't want to be in the worst pain ever, so I have to avoid it. But it makes me sad whenever I see people eat sushi. But yeah, it's just I spent, let's see, that Friday we watched a lot of My Hero Academia with Nicole. I think we're on the season finale now. We watched a good bit on Wednesday. I know we watched that on Wednesday, so that's the only thing I remember on Wednesday. We watched that on Wednesday. We watched it on Friday, and we watched it on Saturday. She just kept going, more. I'm like, calm down, kid. I gave her some exciting news. I don't know if I mentioned this, that Sailor Moon Season 5 is now finally on, they have it dubbed, and so that way we can watch it in English for her on Hulu. So we're gonna probably watch that after Season 3 of My Hero Academia. I don't know. We'll see. And now the busy part of the week, where I did not diamond paint at all until last night. So I was planning on having a nice family crafting kind of day this weekend. It didn't happen until yesterday, and only for a short while. But we decided to tackle our fridge. I think I mentioned our fridge is leaking. It's been leaking for a while. We don't know what's the issue. We tried a lot. We were trying a lot of stuff, and then we decided we're going to defrost the entire thing. So we took everything out of the fridge. We put things in coolers. We put things into the deep fridge, the chest freezer that's in our garage, and we just turned the entire thing off and let it thaw. And then, we cleaned it out. That later on that night, we scrubbed the heck out of it. We did everything. It was just that was inside. We looked around all the stuff, pulled things out. We saw a couple of things that we were like, oh, that could be the issue. Yeah, it wasn't the issue because we had to do more work on Sunday. Excuse me. But it's one of the reasons why I'm still coughing so much, is because when we were cleaning out, we were dusting the entire thing. We were dusting the entire house, and you'd think there'd be less dust now that we dusted the house, but we definitely agitated a lot of stuff, so things are still floating and stuff like that. We got the blinds bit. We got yesterday So when we found out it wasn't, we did not indeed catch the problem. My husband pulled the fridge out all the way out, and he grabbed one of the smaller vacuum cleaners and just went and it just went everywhere. Like the dust, it just was a big dust bomb because the back of the fridge was it was caked in dust, and I was just like, gosh. Yeah, everyone in here was coughing and sneezing and everything. But at least mostly on Saturday, we were able to do our own thing, and that fridge was our big project. And then yesterday, we were able, my husband did the bit of the fridge, then we did our little crafting thing. It was under an hour. I would say 45 minutes max. And it was, let's see, it was fun. We did a couple of things. We got done with all the rainbow stuff that Jaina had. Then she also, well, I finished for her a couple of things. We got, like, I had a couple of stuff for them to do, and their attention span went out the window. So Michael and my husband, they built like a little solar system puzzle thing, and then Nicole did some diamond painting, and and it was just like, she was in total, I'm in the bad mood because you're not letting me go see my friend mode. my husband and I went, no, we're spending time together today. No. You can see your friend any other time. No, you're not going to see her today. But yeah, he just decided, after he dusted out that fridge, he was also going to try and work on the car, our minivan, the issue. He had a slight hope that instead of what we thought was the wheel bearings and stuff like that, he was like, I want us to try and see if it's a rock. I'm gonna take out the tire. I'm going to, I'm going to do all this stuff I want to do. And, I'm like, okay. So that's what he did. He went outside. He jacked the car up. He got the tire off. And it wasn't the issue. It's the wheel bearings. And we're like, yeah, and we're going to just sell the car. At this point, yeah. But he was hoping. He was really hoping. One of the cool things was he was able to back the minivan into the smaller side of the garage without scratching it or bumping into anything or anything. So we're now able to, instead, like, what we had to do was open the garage door, because that side doesn't have a garage door opener, so we have to manually lift it. We don't have to do that anymore, and instead we have the car that we use all the time on the right side, where we can just go in and out with a press of a button. And I'm like, yes, that's great. I love that. We don't have to worry about, like, if it gets rainy or anything and we have to rush the kids outside. We just, go in the garage now again. But then once he was done, he took a shower. He came back downstairs, and he decided to take the kids outside to play a little bit. And I finished up all the kids' crafts. I did a couple more of the space 3D puzzles for Michael, and then for Jaina, I did all of her unicorn stuff. And then I did some of Nicole's diamond painting because I know she's never going to finish it. So I was just like, I might as well just start getting it done, so it's out of the way and I have less crap in the house. And I don't mean it like that, but it's just like there's so much stuff in this dining room that I'm trying to clean up and I'm trying to get rid of. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we're getting through all this cleaning. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but today I did not go back to bed. I decided to stay up and try and get some work in, and then do this and a little bit of everything. But I think I'll cut it here. I think that's enough. We're heading into the hour territory. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.